Wait, okay, go.
The flow of the X-ray imaging circuit begins at the power plant, where the chemical energy of a coal is converted into thermal energy. So this happens when pulverized coal is burned through a furnace. It produces combustion, which is the release of heat. So when the water goes through the pipes of the boiler, it evaporates into a high-pressure steam, which is enough to turn a turbine, which in turn rotates a generator. And then the generator will produce an alternating current electricity. So once the electricity is generated, it will go through the step-up transformer at the power plant. The high voltage electricity travels through the high voltage electricity travels through the transmission lines to substations where step-down transformers are used to reduce the voltage and increase the amperage to be safe and usable levels before it enters the hospital mains power supply. So once the electricity flows into the hospital mains power supply, it will be distributed into different hospital departments, including the radiology department. So activating the circuit breaker delivers this incoming power supply to the X-ray unit's primary circuit. Now, the incoming power supply enters the X-ray machine, which is received on the primary side of the auto transformer. Now, the line monitor checks or monitors if that incoming 220 volts is steady. Now, the line compensator stabilizes the 5% fluctuation into a precise 220 volts. Now, the auto transformer, which receives the stabilized incoming power supply, allows the voltage to be varied by slightly increasing or decreasing the voltage around 100 or 400 volts. 100 to 400 volts. Now, the KVP selector located on the secondary side of the auto transformer will control the KVP through the major KVP adjustment or the minor KVP adjustment. Now, the KVP meter located on the low voltage primary side monitors the voltage, and it uses a multiplication factor so that the current exceeds the actual KVP even before the exposure, which is also known as the pre-reading KVP meter. Now, the exposure timer located on the primary side of the step-up transformer determines how long the exposure will last. So it has the mechanism for the ability to initiate and terminate the exposure. Now, the MA selector located on the primary side of the filament transformer will control how much the current goes to the filament. Now, in the high voltage generator, there is a step-down transformer, which is step-up transformer, also known as the filament heating isolation step-down transformer. So it is activated during the half press where fermionic emission begins, filament heats up, and the rotor starts rotating, which reduces the voltage into a lower voltage, and the current increases, which prepares the X-ray tube for exposure. Now, the full press will activate the step-up transformer. Full press activates the step-up transformer, which increases the voltage into a kilovoltage and then the amperage into a milliamperage, which creates a more positive anode attracting the electrons from the cathode. Now, before it goes through the anode, it will go through the rectifier located between the X-ray tube and the secondary winding of the step-up transformer, which converts the AC and alternating current into a DC so that the electrons will flow in only one direction and won't damage the tube. Now, the MA meter located on the center tap or the secondary winding of the step-up transformer monitors the tube current, and it is grounded at 0 volts to reduce the voltage potential relative to the ground and that the control stays safe for detective use. Now, in the X-ray tube, which is a final destination of the circuit flow, the low voltage high current from the filament step-down transformer goes to the cathode, the filament where filaments heat up and filament heats up and produces a thermionic emission. Now, the high voltage low current from the step-up transformer is brought to the anode side, where it creates a strong potential difference between the cathode and then the anode, allowing the electrons to be accelerated to the anode target, hence producing the X-rays upon impact, where 99% of it is converted into heat and then 1% is converted into